Hey guys! As you can see, we're back in my grow tent. I have been hanging out in here pretty much nonstop, and by nonstop I mean when the baby's napping or when Ryan's home. Don't worry, I'm not neglecting my baby. Today I got some sphagnum moss in the mail and I was able to find an empty clear container thingy, storage container thingy that I decided to make a prop box with because all my other prop boxes are full to the brim. But I've been dying to take some cuttings, so I thought we could do it together in this video and fill up my prop box so that you can see what we have to work with. And I also got some scissors, important when taking cuttings. All right, so here is the prop box. You can see there's a few inches of damp sphagnum at the bottom, and I did pre-soak this already, and I did soak it in water mixed with liquid earth so the plants could have a little bit of nutrition as they're trying to form new roots. This is a little bit more wet than I normally like to keep sphagnum. I usually will wring out the excess so that like no water will come out when I squeeze it like this, but obviously this is pretty wet, so I'm going to take all the cuttings and then leave the lid open for like a day and a night, the rest of today and through the night, to evaporate some of the excess moisture. And that'll be just fine. If you're finding that your plants are like rotting or staying too wet in your box, there's too much humidity and it's like harming the plants, then just leave it open for a little while and let the excess moisture evaporate into the air. It'll solve a lot of problems. Okay, so I will just have the prop box sitting here as I take cuttings. And I actually think first I've been wanting to take a ficus Audrey cutting, but maybe that's not what we're gonna go for today. Let's see. I definitely want to take, oh gosh, I'm having a hard time deciding. First, I think I'm gonna take a cutting from my Monstera dubia. I think I'm gonna do 2 leaves and then separate them to get to more plant, you know? So these ones are a little bit more difficult to cut just because the leaves do cover up a lot of the stem. Okay, and I'm gonna cut in between these 2 leaves. Make sure I'm leaving node. All right, here's the first cutting if I can get it out. Here's the first cutting. Set this aside, pull off this other one. Ooh, this other one is actually kind of rooted. That's exciting. Oh, so this one will take off pretty quickly, I think. Okay. Whoa, that is a root. Wow. I'm very impressed with this one. This is the top cutting off of that plant. And would you look at this root? Wow, it wants to grow. So we're gonna go ahead and put this in the prop box. Actually, both of these inside of the prop box. See, just like, actually, spread out the moss so it's a little more even. And just sit it on the top of the soil, easy as that. And actually, if they have long aerial roots like this, I kind of will dig a little hole for it to sit in. Actually, let's wrap it around my finger first. A little trick to save some space is you can wrap the roots up around your finger. Just make sure you're doing it loosely and you're not like forcing it. Put them in a little hole and fill it in a little. Should grow really quickly. Huge thank you to the sponsor of today's video, Helix Sleep. I've actually had my Helix Sleep mattress since sometime in the fall. Brendan and I loved it then and we still love it now. In fact, we probably love it more now because it has continued working very well for us. We're both sleeping extremely well. So last time Helix sponsored this video, one of my really good friends actually ended up ordering the same mattress I ordered. Friend goals, am I right? But she really loves it. She actually texted me and said that she wasn't sure if it would like live up to the hype of what I was saying, but her and her boyfriend are both sleeping much better on their Helix mattresses as well. So it's true. Helix is actually a premium mattress in a box company that makes mattresses to fit your unique needs and preferences based on your body type and sleep style. How you order your Helix mattress is you go online and take the Helix Sleep Quiz, which outlines your sleep preferences like bed size, sleep position, mattress firmness, and other personalization measures. Based on the results from that quiz, they'll recommend a mattress for you. Like I said, the Midnight mattress is the one I got, and it works really well for both Ryan and I. Ryan's a back sleeper and I'm a side sleeper, and we're both very comfortable with this. It's kind of an in-between on firmness, which has been great for us. Above everything else, like of course I'm sleeping really well, but I'm not waking up with weird neck kinks or like back pain like I honestly used to. So I fully give that credit to the mattress. I haven't changed anything else, so the mattress done did it. With your Helix Sleep mattress, you get a 100-night sleep trial along with a 10-year warranty. So if you're someone that gets nervous buying something online that you haven't tried like in person before, you get over 3 months to try it out. If you don't end up loving it, they will pick it up for you and you get a full refund. So there's really no risk there. The best part is Helix actually delivers the mattress right to your door for free anywhere in the US. It comes rolled up in a box and is super easy to set up yourself. I did it myself. Ryan wasn't even home to help me. I did it by myself. So if you'd like to try a Helix mattress for yourself, go to my link at the top of the description box or this link right here on screen you're seeing right now for up to $200 off your Helix Sleep mattress plus 2 free pillows. Okay, so again, huge thank you to Helix for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back into it. You guys, I wasn't filming, but I just cut my painted lady a stem off of it that was pushing out a new growth point. So here it is. Dang it, I can't believe I missed that. It was kind of good. Good? I don't know. Okay, but I'm just gonna put it in my prop box. So yeah, there's the node. Just set it in the sphagnum, not even in, just set it on the sphagnum and the roots will start to grow down. If you have a growth point like this, probably have the growth point facing up. I don't know if that's like how you have to do it, but I think it would help. Move this too. Ugh. And I actually think I'm gonna take a few more cuttings. Why not? We're here, right? So there's one. It's so cute. Okay, I'm just gonna take that one more because the rest of the plant looks really good and I don't want to like destroy my plant, you know? Okay, the lighting is very overexposed down here. Oops. What one was I just going to cut? I just saw one and then I can't remember. I keep moving plants back and forth, but I really should just take cuttings all from one spot and then move you to the next spot so it's not as back and forth. Sorry if you're getting whiplash. What was I going to do? Oh yeah, this one. So this is my Philodendron pedata, and it has grown a lot. So I'm going to take a few cuttings. See how many we end up with. There's 1, 2. Ooh, these nodes are really close together. So I guess I'm just going to do it. 3, 4, 5. Sorry, I'm saying the numbers really annoyingly. I don't know why. I'm just an annoying person. You guys already know. I think that might be all the cuttings I take for right now. And this is what's left of the plant. A lot of plant, even though I took 4 or 5 cuttings. I don't even remember. And that was like 1 second ago. What's wrong with my brain? I also think I'm going to cut back some of these Hoya species affinis Bertinae because they're getting a little bit leggy and I'd like them to be able to grow in a little bit more full. So I'll cut some of these back where they start getting leggy. And then I will like add them to the plant so that they can be more full plants. These are going to be ones I'm selling in the shop, but of course I want to make them like more full so that it's more worth it for people. So yeah, that's going to be the game plan. Like, so I'll just cut this. I'll cut like some leggy pieces off like that, separate all of the individual little nodes so that I can make more full instead of just like super long plants. Like, look at this one. This has gotten so big. I can't believe it. And I'm guessing this is probably how big the propagation was when I put it in here. And then since it's been in here, I'm assuming this is all the new growth because there is quite a gap there. And it was probably trying to like acclimate itself to the new environment. And that's just like an awkward plant. I don't know if you guys like plants that long. Me personally, I'd rather have a full plant than a long plant. That's the way I'm going to do it. And there are so many. Look, okay, let me show you more. These are all the species affinis Bertinae, and I'm just cutting them, and it bothers me when they start growing like that. They'll like start rooting in the other pots, so then you grab one, they're like all attached, you know? I think this will be good. Oh my gosh, they're all so long. How did they grow so fast? And I'm just putting them, I don't know if you can even see, in this little pot down here because I am going to be doing quite a few. Maybe that's all I'm going to do. I think it seems like the longest ones were here in the front. Actually, there's a lot being crushed down at the bottom. Oh wow. Is that all I'm gonna do? What do you guys think? Oh, there's another long boy. Look at her. Geez, these are gonna take up like the whole propagation box. Sheesh. Okay, I for real think that's all the Bertinae cuttings I'm gonna be taking. It was quite a bit, but you know what? It'll be good. And I actually think I'm gonna leave them as strands like this just for space purposes. And then as they keep growing, I'm just gonna keep taking cuttings and rerouting them and hopefully I'll end up with like a full propagation box of just this plant. That would be so ideal if I could end up with completely full boxes that I can just keep taking cuttings from to root in here in little pots that I can send to people. I think that's a smart idea, personally. Okay, this shot's a little bit dark, but here are all of our cuttings. I'm just gonna take them out of there and then go in like one by one, find the tip I took the cutting from and plop it in this corner over here so that they are all together. Hoyas are my favorite plants to root in propagation boxes. I just think they do really well and they grow so fast, whereas I don't know other methods of propagation for them. In my experience, I know a lot of other people have really good success with like water propagation with these and stuff, but this is definitely the easiest for me. Mostly because it's the most low maintenance probably. Like I don't have to worry too much about keeping them watered because the boxes stay really humid for them. And for a while I was finding that my Hoya cuttings were rotting if I had them in like soil. Yeah, this is really messy. This box is gonna fill up so fast because I took too many Bertone cuttings and they're all really long. What are some of your #1 wish list plants? All right, here I actually think I'm going to take some variegated Maranta leuconera cuttings just because this is such a scraggly plant. I had it pulled too far back from a window. So yeah, it's gotten very, very scraggly. This will grow like a really nice plant, but it just is a little bit top heavy or something. Just gonna cut some of these heavy bits back so that we can get some healthier looking plantage from this. And I've done a video on propagating Maranta, but you just want to cut below this like knuckle thing right here and the roots will actually form out of that usually. I never want to like say absolutes because I know that nature can do some crazy things. So there we go. Those are all of our cuttings. I'm just gonna gather them all together. All the ends. Now look at that. Isn't that a cute little plant? And just put them in right here is a good spot. Now we have a bunch of middle space. What should I put in there? Because I don't know. Me no know what to cut. Me only know I want to cut everything. With these scissor hands. Nobody's safe from these scissor hands, I'm telling you. So this plant, I know what I'm gonna cut, and it's one that I told myself I was going to wait to cut because it is very new to my collection. Like you may have just seen the unboxing of it, but I want to cut it. So I'm going to. Sorry, little planty. It is my Hoya elliptica. Ooh, how do I want to cut it? Maybe I'm just gonna take one cutting. Yeah, I'm just gonna start with one. And so this branch here, you can see it like forks off here. Maybe you can't see. It forks off here, and then right here it also forks off, and there's a leaf on this piece. I think I'm going to cut right here. So I end up with this leaf and then a little bit of extra vine in the cutting. Very carefully. Let's see if I can make it so you guys can see what I'm even doing. It's much easier if I'm not filming because then I can be a little more careful with my cuts. Use both my hands. Oh, that was actually really good. Good job, me. Okay, put this guy back. That wasn't so bad, only one cutting. And it's a good little cutting. So cute. And did I mention this is a Hoya elliptica? Just gonna pop it in there. Nothing fancy, just how I've been popping the rest of them in there. So you're not missing much if I don't show you exactly what I'm doing. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna go ahead and cut my Hoya Sarawak. Actually, I don't know if I'm ready for that. That leaf actually belongs to Heather's Hoyas already. If she doesn't have one, I keep forgetting to text her. Heather, tell me if you have one yet or not. Please, I meant please tell me if you have one yet or not. I'm gonna cut this. It's just hanging right there asking for it. Okay, I'm actually gonna cut this too. So there's 2 really good little starter plants. 3 really good. Okay, so yeah, like look, I took 2 cuttings, but this is off of 1 cutting. These are gonna be awesome little starter plants. And then there's actually another little 2 more clusters on this cutting. So I only took 2 cuttings and I'm ending up with 4 little awesome plant clusters. And that's a Hoya lacinosa. So like, it's probably one of the more easily accessible Hoyas, but you know what? We did it. Why not? It'll make a good plant. Somebody will want it. I just saw a plant that was begging to be cut. Oh, right here. Okay, this is my Hoya Rebecca, and I'm going to cut it back up here, right there. And stick that piece in the box. Just like that. This is just like a weird shaped plant. I don't know. Abovada for sure. This guy's getting a little unruly. So I'm just going to cut the pieces that are like kind of in the way. And this is a big plant, so I don't cut it very often because the leaves are kind of hard to fit in a propagation box. Here's the cuttings I just took. So here's a single like 2-leaf cutting. Here's a top cutting and another top cutting. So yeah, I'm going to try and stick them in there in a way that it's not going to take up all the space. Oh, and I will show you the prop box after this. This is the process I really go through every time. Like, I just get a yearning to cut something. So I walk around and cut what I see can be cut. Like, there's no real rhyme or reason and nobody's safe. Absolutely nobody's safe. And I just saw this plant hanging here. It is a Hoya Crimson Queen with this nice little cut right here. Or this nice little growth right here. So I'm going to cut that. Look at it. That's a really cute one. That'll make a nice plant. When it grows in a bit, eh? Okay. This is so fun. Do you guys like cutting your plants too? Because I'm like hooked. I love it. I live for it. Not to be dramatic. Oh, that scared me. A plant shifted. Bromark's Fantasy! There's actually 3 stems in here, so I think maybe I've cut one of them before. I'm gonna cut this middle one up and I'll show you after the end result. This is a fast growing plant, so like I'm honestly not even sad about cutting it ever. Like it grows so fast, and look at how big these leaves are. Maybe I'm just gonna do the 2 cuttings though. Yeah, see, like you can't even barely tell I cut it because there's so much leaf to plant ratio. I literally just put these ones in. Where'd that leaf go? I just lost one of my cuts. Oh, right there. Now, for a plant like this that has really big leaves that kind of get in the way, I'm actually going to take them off and root them as just like nodes. Just works a lot better, especially in a propagation box like this. And when you pull off the leaf, oh, there's dirt under my nails, ignore that. I'm gonna have to scrub them out after this. There is usually a growth point right underneath that last leaf. So I do think that taking these big, like really sturdy leaves off helps that growth point like really do it, you know? I don't know, maybe there's no logic behind my thinking there, but makes sense in my head. So you can see there are the 2 little growth points, and I'm just gonna sit them in the prop box just like this. Again, I'll show you the finished prop box. We're almost full, so I'm gonna have to stop taking cuttings here soon, but not yet. Oh, there's Hoya blooms in my hair, look. That Hoya just put a flower in my hair. So cute. I think we're in love. So I think I'm actually going, oh, this will be a fun one. Alrighty then. This is actually one I've talked about again in a recent video or video soon to come. I filmed a lot of these in a matter of days so that I'll have some content because I've been really bad. Anyway, I'm going to propagate this watermelon peperomia. I'm going to show you how I do it. So first, I'm actually going to pick a leaf that I think is the ugliest, and I kind of think it's this one that's already kind of torn in half. And I'm just going to cut it like that, and you can just stick this in a container and it will root. But that's not the only way to get a new plant from a peperomia. So actually I'm going to cut this leaf back here too. I keep dropping them. So yeah, you can cut stem cuttings, but something else you can do to propagate these bad boys is, let's find kind of a weird leaf. So like, okay, I'm just gonna do it. That's actually a really cute leaf. Shoot, I don't know which one I want to cut. Definitely want to cut one though, so I can show you. You know what, we're just gonna do this one. So this guy here, we're gonna leave the actual leaf, but we're just gonna cut the leaf in half. Try not to drop it. I dropped it. And we can actually propagate with this piece of leaf, and I'll show you how I do that. So here we have our cuttings. So the 2 stem ones, I'm just gonna, you know, put the stem in the moss, and it will root out of the end of the stem and then grow a new plant. And then this one, see, maybe if I zoom in, it'll help. Yeah, I think that'll help. So there are the 2 stem cuttings I put in, and then this piece I'm actually just going to like push into the sphagnum, the cut end into the sphagnum, and make sure that It's like in there pretty well, and it will actually also root. So there's that little half leaf cutting. Okay, I'm going to actually go take a few more cuttings, just like little random ones here and there that aren't that interesting, and then I will do a full prop box tour and you can see the final result once I've filled it, because it will be filled today. We have some, I just set them down, Philodendron brantianum. So I love propagating this plant. I don't know what it is, but my mother plant doesn't look great. Like the leaves just come in weird, but when I propagate from that plant, the new plants come in like perfect and beautiful. So I'm gonna go ahead and propagate. This is actually a top cutting that I'm probably just going to stick in just like this because it looks so nice. I'm gonna separate this one like so and treat this one as a top cutting. And I do try to keep like plants together in the box so that when I go to move them, they're easy to move. And I'll also just throw some nodes in there sometimes, you know, keep it interesting. It's always fun to see like a mystery node grow. Okay, so I have this box filled. It's been like 20 minutes since I started cutting plants and it's full. It's very, very full. Oops, but yay. It's exciting when they grow. Okay, let me show you all the plants I got in there. Most of these you saw me put in here already. So we have the pedatum, variegated maranta, species of Finus burtinae. I don't know if you saw me put in obovata, but there's those cuttings. The silver lady, painted lady right there next to it. Rottler, right here next to it. The Monstera dubia, an australis. Here we have that elliptica, the crimson queen, Coroniana super silver, australis lisa, emerald gem philodendron, australis lisa, black Coroniana, Hoya Rebecca. These are the two Burl Marks Fantasy cuttings. Lacunosa back there. Here we have a cluster of brantianum. There's the watermelon Peperomia leaf, and then that one down there, and the other one is somewhere over here too, but it might be buried. Anyway, here we have a Hoya bordeniana. This plant just hasn't really grown for me at all, so I decided to cut it and see if that brings it new life or something. Here we have Hoya Matilde. So cute. I love it a lot. Took a lot of cuttings of that. A variegated Hoya carnosa compacta. This long vine here is actually Australis lisa. It has one leaf and then this whole long vine. Here we have the Syngonium erythrophyllum, more lisa, more brantianum, and I think that's everything that I have in here. So that didn't take long to fill at all, but this will bring a whole lot more plants available. Give me a lot more plants to cut from and have available. And I'm just gonna close the lid. Actually, I'm not gonna close the lid right now. I'm going to leave it open overnight, and it actually lives in a bedroom upstairs next to a south window. So it'll get really good direct sun, or not direct, but almost direct, like right in between bright, indirect, and direct. So yeah, the plants are gonna grow really fast and I will keep you updated on it.